Morning y'all, and a happy new year.
Or Happy New Year's Eve, I should say.
I've got a swing pulled down from my Instagram today, so if you want to get involved in these video swing kind of reviews, head to my Instagram at Crossfield. Mark is where you find me, give us a follow, and if you follow me and you send me a swing, you've got a chance of being selected. You can see in today's swing, he's trying to demo a takeaway position, then we see the big change of direction on the way down, face the path issues. We're going to talk about how to manage that takeaway a little bit better and understand where that face is a bit more. Because often for golfers like this, if you change the way that club face is working, their understanding of where it is, that downswing position, that downswing direction, you can flip it, you can change it without them feeling like they have to do crazy movements. Let's show you what I mean. Let's get some awareness of the club face to kick us off. So he does his demo where he goes back here, but he gets to a point where the face is pointing up to the sky. A face pointing up to the sky at that point is going to encourage you to have a face generally open to a path, meaning the ball will curve to the right. So he's going to have to find target by moving path so far left to compensate for that. We need to get a grip and understanding of this takeaway, and then in turn where that face ends up through more points of his backswing. So the first point of his takeaway, he gets the club face pointing slightly up to the sky. And then when we get to the top of the backswing, his lead wrist, his left wrist, looks relatively flat, but we don't see the face in any way contradicting his left arm position. It's not turning up to the sky like it should be if he flattens his wrist. Let's show you what I mean. So my grip, I start with an angle between my lead arm and my lead wrist, and my left arm, left wrist. That gives me 2 to 3 knuckles on that left hand. Now as I swing back, if I take that angle out, it's always going to turn the club down to the sky. If I go up to the top of my backswing and that angle is still out, the face is going to be more turned up to the sky. It's going to give you a less lofted club, and it's going to encourage you to have a face more close to a path, which then in turn will encourage you to want to hit more from your side out rather than outside in. So that suggests this player's starting with a very weak left hold, which obviously we can't see from the video. So that's the first port of call. I want you to check your left hand hold. Think about it this way. If I hold on with my hand underneath the club here, so left hand underneath the club, and have the weakest left hand hold I can have, when I get back the first parallel with this grip, to try and turn this face down to the ground is really hard. Up to the sky, massive range of movement. If I now go 4 knuckles on the left hand, so as strong a grip as I can physically get, obviously taking this to extremes, first parallel, turning that club down to the ground, massive range of movement, turning it up to the sky like you do, much harder. The more knuckles on your lead hand, for me, right-handed golfer, my left hand, I'm willing to show, within reason, the more range of movement I've got of trying to get that face close to the path. If you can settle around 2.5 and 3 knuckles on that lead hand, and then still flatten it like you do in this swing, so as you go back, make that lead hand flatten with your lead arm, that will transform how you use the face in relationship to a path. It'll get you making some very different downswing moves. So the next point we've got to be careful of, and this is the same often with most golfers that I do this move with. If you have a desire to use your wrists in this way that has the face want to be delivered more open to a path and add more loft, then you can get all the best movements in the world out and into the backswing. So they're bad movements out, good movements in. But as soon as they start putting force through that shaft, they start pulling on it to bring it back down to any kind of impact position. The instinct to put those angles back in is there. So not only do you need to do these ideas on the way back, you need to do them on the way down as well. Let me show you. So making sure the downswing is in order as well, because the human instinct just to go back to what feels more natural is always going to override in these situations. So starting that downswing, when you start to really pull some force and put some energy through that shaft, we need you to change the way you do it, the way you put that energy through that shaft. I'm going to use this, a water bottle, for this drill. This is so effective for students. If you can get this in your head, anything round, you can use any kind of water bottle to do this. So once you're at the top of your backswing, you've got your lead wrist, your flat left wrist with your lead arm, your left arm. What I want you to do as you start your downswing is I want you to feel like you're rolling your left hand over and your right hand under. So you're getting this kind of rolling effect on the water bottle. So as you're putting energy through that shaft, you're actually trying to turn it this way. You're trying to move it this way as you pull on that club, as you pull it down towards the ball. Your natural instinct from here, even if you fix the backswing, if you like, is to then add that angle in and stand that water bottle or that club shaft up. The feeling of letting the energy go this way through the shaft as it moves away from you. So this way, as you pull down, will completely transform where the face is in relationship to the path, where the loft is as it's delivered. So it'll change it to be a lower lofted flight, and it will absolutely make you, 9 times out of 10 for students, change the direction of their downswings just naturally. If they don't, the action of the wrist moving this way, if they still stand the club up and swing way left, the ball goes low left. And it takes 2 or 3 shots and they think, I don't want to hit that shot again, and they move their path. Often changing the path for a student, 9 times out of 10 you get the face working better, the path changes, and the whole dynamic of their swing moves. Do this drill at home. It makes a huge difference into your understanding of how you're pulling energies through that club as you start down. Feel them going this way as you throw it away from you, rather than standing up, adding angle, standing up, and getting that massive outswing club path. Happy New Year, have a great evening everyone, and let's look forward to an amazing 2019. Like I say, if you want to get involved in the swing fixes, get over to my Instagram, @Crossfield Mark. You can post them as messages to me and I can pull them off and try and do as many as I can. If you don't subscribe to this channel already, make sure you do, and then you get notifications every time I post a video, as long as you've got that little bell icon illuminated. Now I don't know when I'll be back. I'll be back maybe tomorrow or the next day because it's New Year's Eve and who knows what's going to happen. See you all soon.